Good morning. Hello, everyone. Yes, it's morning for me, first thing here. Okay, so it's not good that class was canceled this week. We have a lot I wanted to go through today. So it's really important you listen to this video and do what I ask you to do. I'm going to have activities um, linked in with the video, and I'm only giving the instructions here, which means you need to listen to this video so that you know what to do. I'll be able to tell the ones who didn't watch it because they won't be doing what they're supposed to do. And doing all of that will also help toward your attendance grade, because if you don't do it, it'll be in absence. Okay, so the first thing, it was supposed to cover chapters 8 and 9, which gets into research and outlining. So all I'm going to say for the research is, please be careful of those anyidiot.com sites. You know, I have two websites. Any idiot can make a website. Just be sure that for your speeches that you're using sites that you know it's in an organization, especially if it's a persuasive. You have to use credible sites, research, organizations that are actually in whatever the topic is. Um, just be mindful of someone who's just got some bloggers, and I do not recommend using blogs. You definitely cannot use Wikipedia. That is not a credible source, because anyone can go in and change it. Even though it's monitored, still you don't use that. You do have to have 3 sources for your speech, so please just make sure you're researching carefully, thinking about what information you're using, that it's credible, and remember, your experience alone does not count. You have to have 3 sources still for your speech. So that's all I'm going to say for the research. Just be mindful. You do know how to get to the library. You know how to use the database, so keep in mind that's an option too. As far as the outlining, we're going to be doing more. We just started with the backpacking outline. I have a speech I'm going to be attaching. I'm going to do the sign language speech. It will be attached here. I want you to look for some elements that I'm going to have you look for. You're going to be watching a video, Schmoop, and it's on ethos, logos, and pathos. Ethos has to do with credibility, which is the research you put into it, your own experience, or just the fact that you've been interested in it for years is good enough for your ethos. Being mindful as you speak. Ethos is all about you, your credibility. Why should we listen to you? Why do you care about this? The pathos is going to be having emotion, especially for a persuasive speech. You have to have all of these elements. Informative speech, you don't need the pathos so much, but it's the emotion, getting the audience to feel something as you're speaking so that we want to take action and do something. And then the logos is the logic, and that would definitely be in your informative speech, because it's the reasons, the logic, the information that goes with whatever your topic is. Okay, so you're going to watch that video, and then you're going to look at the sign language speech, and you are going to, in a post, you're going to reply to this video, and you're going to say the ethos in the sign language. You're going to tell me what is her ethos. Okay, as you read the speech, tell me what part of that was her ethos. And keep in mind, and this is kind of out of order, when you write a speech, in your introduction is where you always put 4 basic things. You have the introduction to the topic, so you need to somehow introduce the topic, a statement, a story, a fact, something just to get the audience interested in the topic, leading us up to the topic. And then you're going to then put in the WIFM, and that's the what's in it for me. No audience is going to listen to a speech if they don't feel they're not getting something out of it. So you have to have a WIFM in it. What is the audience going to get out of this by listening to you, okay? And that's in there. She does have that in there. And then ethos. Ethos is why you care. Why are you telling us this? Why should we, why do you care so much about this topic? And that's going to be your experience, your interest, something you've seen. That's part of that, for that in the introduction. And then you go into your thesis, and then you preview your main ideas. That's in the introduction. So that's the part of the speech I want you looking at specifically for this assignment. You're going to look at that introduction, the first few paragraphs, and you're going to respond to this video by saying her ethos was this, and then tell me what it is, okay? I do have two other little videos I want you to watch. One is an informative speech, and another is a persuasive speech. And these are student speeches I found on YouTube. Um, they both have pluses and minuses. Hers, she has all the elements of a speech. So I want you to watch her speech on night terrors, and really pay attention to the elements. You can hear those elements that I mentioned in her speech. Um, and then, but she just kind of stands there. Her delivery isn't very strong. The other speech, she's got great delivery, great energy, but he does some faux pas, some things that are wrong. So, and one thing especially, he can alienate half his audience with his introduction, something that he said in the beginning. So the second thing I want you to respond to, so that I know you did these, is tell me, what do you think was the big faux pas he made that he did in his introduction, that could get half of his audience like, I'm not listening to this guy. So those are really what I wanted to cover tonight, and I'm really upset that we're not meeting because your speeches are coming up soon, and I feel we're losing time here. Really important that you do this for me, and think about it. It won't take you that long, maybe 30 minutes total. 2.5 hour class down to 30 minutes is not a bad deal. So watch the Schmoop video, read that little speech, and tell me the ethos. Watch the two videos and tell me how you think her intro is definitely stronger than his, and what is the faux pas that he does? What does he do that he shouldn't do? And that's really it for right now. And then next week, I'll bring copies. If you can print out and kind of mark that speech, that would be good. Otherwise, if you just write it down, that's fine. I'll have copies. But next week, we're going to go through that speech, the sign language speech, and put it into an outline format. If you want to get ahead by doing it this week, that'd be great. But I look forward to seeing you all next week, and make sure that you are pleased working on your groups. You need to stay in contact on that and be researching your speeches. The time is coming up quickly here, okay? Take care and stay warm. Bye-bye.